I've been thinking about space a lot in these last months, mostly because I feel so full with what life consists of in these very complex times. And I have this growing urge to drive off into the sunset, lay on the beach, watch clouds drift, or fly off in a plane. To nowhere, really, just away. Nearly 20 years ago, when my parents were visiting me, and we were in the car, painfully crawling toward the toll plaza to return to San Francisco on a Saturday night, hundreds of cars, including ours, were inching along, waiting to pay so we could get ourselves across the bridge. As cars kept coming in and we were more and more closed in, and cars were trying to get over into already impossibly congested lanes, my father suddenly blurts out, "Give me my open space." It was kind of an exasperated cry for a person who had lived the majority of his life in rural Minnesota. The seemingly infinite line of cars crowded together, weaving in and out and honking horns, was just a bit much. The cry and the image of the toll plaza is arising in me a lot these days. There is so much intensity, so much grief and sadness and anger. I feel its growing presence within me. So many vehicles filled with more challenges, more devastation, and mental strife. So much unknown pouring into seemingly limited space, trying to get through what feels like an ever-narrowing gate. My lanes are already congested with so much that is beyond our ability to control, and I just want to get across the bridge. And then I remind myself, breathe. Breathe first. Breathe always. Don't quit breathing, and take it from there. This overfull feeling, the sense of being overwhelmed by my personal, local, and global states of affairs, is not new. When I lived in inner city Chicago, challenged by poverty and gang violence, or in Nicaragua, overwhelmed by devastating effects of war, dictatorships, and exploitations by countries like our own. And now living in San Francisco for more than 22 years and working amidst the growing homelessness of people of all ages and its rootedness in generational poverty and racism. It's also not new to wish I could get out of the car and walk off into the sunset. But instead, I sit myself down and I say, "Buck up, little pork chop." Sam and I can make ourselves chuckle by remembering a favorite line from the movie, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. "It'll be all right in the end, and if it ain't all right, it ain't the end." If I can get in a plane, train, or automobile to take me away, if I can't get in, I can get up and light a candle, or 2, or 10, and then sit back down for a few more minutes and keep on breathing. I can put on music that carries me into memories with friends or moments of divine pleasure at a live symphony. Or I can go sit on a pillow in the meditation room downstairs that I use far too infrequently. Or get up early, drive a few miles to the ocean's edge, and let the waves carry my inner density out into the seemingly infinite ocean. I remind myself it's not so much about what is happening, but rather how I am relating to it. I am also reminded that I do have a little bit more control than I often think I do over time and space, and the speed with which I'm moving, and the depth of breath I take. Life is complicated. So much is coming to us at once, both in our personal lives and in this world. Beyond dealing with what already is, we do not know what is coming down the pike. Maybe where we can best help ourselves and one another is to remind ourselves to move more slowly and gently, and to do the small things that create larger space within us and around us, so we don't have as many fender benders and angry outbursts as more cars arrive into already pressured and congested lanes. Kay Jorgensen, co-founder of Faithful Fools with me, who also served as the social justice minister of this congregation, would remind us constantly that our reflection needs to be as intense as our action. I know that when I have been faithful to times of reflection, to lighting candles, to praying, to walking amidst trees and visiting the ocean, that I can enlarge the space within to work with very difficult situations when they arise, even when I think there is not even a centimeter of space left for another crisis or another's need. Kay would often sing a song. She'd sing it to me and others if she felt our distracted and frenetic energy. She'd sing it to her hardworking caretakers at Chaparral House, where she lived her final years. And she'd sing it to herself, especially as she moved into the difficult space of losing her independence, her connection with this human life she had creatively learned to navigate. I will sing it for you, and if you know it, sing it with me. Insert your name or the name of someone who may appreciate it at this moment. It goes. Kay, Kay, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep inside yourself. Simple things are holy. Carmen, Carmen, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep inside yourself. Simple things are holy. Friends, friends, take your time, go slowly. Listen deep inside yourself. Simple things are holy.